Welcome back. There are some local patients fighting back against a formidable foe. Parkinson's disease causes tremors and can rob a person of their balance and speech. But at Rock Steady Boxing, they're helping people take control. And joining me now, volunteer Phil Miller and Craig Blue. Guys, I have a couple of boxers here with me, so I have to be careful how I do this interview. Guys, thank you for joining me.
It's good to be here. Thank you.
I think a lot of people are maybe familiar with your group. You've been on our air before. Most recently, George Mallet did a beautiful story on your organization. But I really want to start with you, Craig. You have Parkinson's, and when did you first get diagnosed, and what led you to Rock Steady?
Well, this was a couple years back, and you start off, you get some kind of a tremor. Another indicator is loss of smell. The regular doctor sends you off to a neurologist at some point, and they put you through a battery of operational tests. There's no blood test to detect this.
And so, and this has been how many years now?
2 years since I was diagnosed, but looking back, I'm sure it was in play further on.
I didn't even know smell was a factor in all of this.
Yeah. You can go online and go to the Michael J. Fox Foundation and get a smell test, and it might be an indicator for you.
Wow. And so you look back and you say, hey, there were other things that you wonder about, right?
Well, yeah, but mostly tremor and your gait and muscle stiffness.
Yeah.
All these things are part of the ongoing effect.
So you go to this place called Rock Steady. When did you hear about this?
Well, I was going to a physical therapist for a lower back pain.
Sure.
And I told him, I says, I was diagnosed with Parkinson's. I says, what do you guys do? Anything particular about that? And he hands me a brochure for Rock Steady, which led me to Phil.
And that's Phil. Phil is a volunteer there. And Phil, you get this group together. And what I loved about George's story, he pointed out, you guys have a lot of fun and you make a lot of laughs over a situation that is shared, and it's a safe space where you can kind of kid around.
The science has shown that what we do works.
Yeah.
Physiologically, it works. But the real magic is what these folks do for each other.
Yeah.
It's a support group on steroids because they're supporting each other, they're high-fiving and fist bumping and encouraging each other, and that's really what makes the thing go.
Oh, it would have to.
Yeah.
It would have to. How many people do you have as members right now of Rock Steady, and how high can you go?
Well, I suppose we can go to the sky. We have about 80 members now.
Wow.
But we have two gyms, one here in South Bend and one in Elkhart.
Wow.
We started South Bend in 2016 with 3 fighters. And now, as I say, we have 2 gyms and 80-some people. And
what's the difference? What are you hearing from everybody?
Well, I'm hearing that they're slowing the progression of Parkinson's. It's a neurological disease that progresses, but we can slow that down. That's the best we can hope for. We actually have some folks that are doing better than when they started with our group, and that's really encouraging.
That's what you need to hear. Yeah. Craig, how about you? Once you started, and tell me what you're doing. Are you basically punching that bag, just doing reps like that? Or are you going full-on workouts?
Well, this is non-contact boxing, so we hit the heavy bag, we hit the speed bag.
Yeah.
We do some other boxing.
Well, I just noticed you got real steady just then, just when you were bracing up. So.
Well, I have a resting tremor, so anytime you start moving, the tremor goes away, but when you sit still, it comes back.
Wow. So just keep moving all the time, right?
Yeah, and I was telling the group, I went on a trip to visit my daughter out in LA, and because of the preparation offered by the class, that made that trip so much better.
I bet. And you notice the difference. Things like traveling and being with your family.
Absolutely. And the stretching exercises we do. It's all about mobility and balance and agility and dexterity, etc.
I love it. All right. Phil, how do people get a hold of you at Rock Steady?
Well, we have a website, rocksteadyboxingmichiana.com.
Okay.
And that's probably the best place to reach us. We have a big gala coming up this weekend at Morris Park Country Club. We have about 217 people registered so far.
You may need to set up a few bags. I don't know. Keep them moving.
Yeah.
Well, thank you both for being here today. I do recommend you check out our story, George Mallet's story. It's on our website, WNDU.com, but we'll also include more information about your event this weekend.
Good.
Well, that was easy. We didn't have to punch anybody or anything.
That's right.
It was great.
Yeah.
Oh, see, he's scaring me now. All right, Craig, best of health to you,
Thank you.
and continued work as you're working with Rocksteady. And thank you for all that you're doing.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll be back with.
pleasure.
All right, we'll be back with much more. Stick around.